Hello, beautiful friends. This is Elle with Sacred Union Spiritual Wellness, and today we're going to talk about the fairy tale of twin flames. And I'm going to tell you a story, and I'm hoping this helps to illuminate the twin flame journey for the divine feminine. The reason I'm doing this, and now I know why my guides asked me to change the name of the channel, because first thing this morning, as I'm kind of in that dream state, almost awake state, they show me the story and they wanted me to share it with you. So forgive the wet hair. I know you guys understand that I'm real with you. So, wet hair is just part of being real. So I took some notes, so forgive me if I refer to my notes every once in a while, but I'm going to tell you a story. Okay, so the divine masculine and the divine feminine, energy, not gender, but I will refer to the divine masculine as him and the divine feminine as her, but that's the energy, not the gender. It can be whatever fits your version of the twin flame journey. Okay, so the twin flames meet. Now, this could be, a chance meeting. It could be a calibrated meeting. However, the universe and how your contract with your twin has orchestrated this meeting, but you meet. Oftentimes, there's that magnetic attraction. When you're ready, when it's time for you to meet, you're going to send out some sort of energetic signal. Your twin will find you or you will find them. There is going to be some challenges. Could be age difference, could be financial difference, could be cultural difference, could be religious differences. There's a myriad of possibilities. But there's this really strong magnetic pull, something that you've never experienced before. If it's something familiar to you, as far as you've been through this before, they're not your twin. It's a soulmate. But if it's something that absolutely permeates you to this absolute depth level where you feel like there's like this canyon of soul that you have not ever experienced before, that's when you meet your twin flame. And there is this absolute attraction. There is this chemistry that is undeniable and oftentimes very, very hard to resist. So you have this deep love connection. Again, like nothing you have ever experienced before. Ever. And so you get into this, it's just, you can't help but be in their presence. And when you're in their presence, it is cosmic. It is absolutely this expansive feeling that your soul is just alive. And you feel this connection. You feel whole and complete and like a sense of belonging you've never felt with another person before. And this is what everybody in the world on this entire planet incarnated is searching for, that deep love connection. That's why twin flames are so easily exploitable. So you have this energetic ignition. It energizes you, and it just, there's an expansion. It's an awakening process. You're coming out of that seed, and there's a catalyst energy. Your whole life is changing, and oftentimes not in a good way. You will be confronted with the challenges between your twin, the mirroring, the core wounding will be illuminated to you. You're going to see belief systems, things that you were programmed to believe, crumble. And you're going to feel very alone, like you're alone in the universe. And this is the separation phase. When that energy pulls away, it is devastating. It's like the whole planet just collapsed in on itself, and you're standing there. And you're like, what the hell am I supposed to do now? And then you turn inward. First of all, you start looking at tarot readings, you start trying to explain, you have no idea what this is, you don't know why this is happening, your whole life is crumbling around you. Everything that you thought was solid is no longer solid. Everything seems more fluid. It seems like there's just this, it's a tower. It's a crumbling. And many people get stuck in this process. Okay, so on with the fairy tale. So you go into this separation, you go through your dark night of the soul where your ego is just like shattered. There's nothing left in your ego. You are absolutely vulnerable, absolutely alone, absolutely feeling conquered. Like the universe has their thumb right on you and just pushing you. And you're like, what's the point? And you feel hopeless. But there is a spark. There is a spark in you that's like, no, this is the beginning of your journey. So you go through this process, and then you get into this as your divine masculine pulls their energy away because they're dealing with their own thing differently than the divine feminine experiences it. But they're more ego bound than the divine feminine. So their ego is trying to shove all this stuff down. It's like, no, I'm not vulnerable. No, I don't have wounding. No, I'm not changing my belief system. No. Ego is too important for me to let go. So the divine masculine starts to move away. The divine feminine feels that energetic pull, and she's like, I've got to chase. I've got to go capture that back. I've got to have that back. I can't let them escape. They're my twin. We're meant to be together. So then the runner-chaser dynamic. Here's where my story begins. So divine masculine, divine feminine are walking through the woods, and the divine masculine is like, I'm going off to find my fortune. I'm going on my hero's journey. I'm going to go, do something that supports my ego, my impression of myself, what I understand about myself. That's where I'm going. And divine feminine's walking along and like, okay, that's fine. Unconditional love. Absolutely. But I'll just be here for you. I'll keep, supporting you and walking behind you. So divine masculine starts walking faster and faster, and divine feminine, like, whoa, yoo-hoo, divine masculine, I'm coming. I just can't keep up. Slow down. Divine masculine's like, shh, I got big things to do in my life. My ego needs to have some food. So they keep walking, and divine feminine is falling further and further behind. But every once in a while, divine masculine looks back. Oh yeah, she's still there. Oh yeah, she's still there. She's still following. No worries, I can keep moving forward. Until one day, the divine feminine is walking along, and she looks out to her right. They were very specific about the right. Looks to her right, and there's this beautiful meadow, picturesque. It's just absolutely stunning, gorgeous meadow. And she stops. And she says, this place feels good. This place is beautiful. It's nourishing to my soul. But then she's like, well, if I stop walking, divine masculine will be out of reach. But there's something inside her that says, this is important for you, this place. So she sits and stays a while. And sooner or later, she loses that urge to follow that divine masculine, because this place feels so good. It's so nurturing. It's so soothing. And she's like, you know what? I like this place. I want to stay here. So she builds a house. Meanwhile, divine masculine's walking. He turns around. Divine feminine's not there. Oh, well, she must have stopped to rest. Keeps walking. A little while longer, he turns around, looks back. Divine feminine's not there. Oh, she stopped to get something to eat. Keeps walking. A little while later, Divine Masculine turns around and looks and says, she's not there. I don't even think she's there anymore. Something may have happened. I better go back and look. So he walks back, days and days. Divine Feminine is busy creating her life in this beautiful meadow. So one day, Divine Masculine smells something delicious in the air. He's like, I didn't realize how famished I am. I've been walking for days and days. I really wonder where she is. She must have gone back. I've got to go find her. Something's wrong. I feel like something's missing. So he stumbles upon this little cottage in the meadow. And there's this beautiful garden and goats and a cow and some chickens and this beautiful cottage, window boxes and little stone path and a little white gate. And there's smoke coming out of the chimney. It's got like a little thatched roof. And he's like, that's where the smell is coming from. I wonder if I could just ask the person who owns this cottage if they could possibly give me a little something to eat. He knocks on the door, and Divine Feminine opens the door. Divine Feminine? I can't believe I've been searching for you. You left me. I didn't leave you. I stopped chasing you. I found this glorious meadow, and it was very soothing to my soul. I felt like this is where I am meant to be. So I built this little house, and I created my garden. And, from the produce that I got from my garden, I bartered for in the village, and I got a chicken, and so now I have eggs. And then I sold the eggs, and I got a goat, so now I have milk, and I make cheese. And then I trade the cheese for some flour so that I can make this delicious bread. And then I make these beautiful crafts out of things I forage from the forest, and I sell them in town. I even have an online shop. Divine Masculine's like, wow, I had no idea. Hey, would you mind if I'm very, very hungry. Do you have anything for me to eat? Divine Feminine's like, sure. I have a little bit of soup and some fresh bread. You're welcome to come in. Well, I want to hear all about your story. So Divine Masculine starts to enter her house, and she says, no. Take your shoes off, please. Oh, okay. So he sits down, and Divine Feminine gives him a bowl of soup and a little piece of bread. Just enough to meet his needs. Because you see, she stopped being the overgiver. So he's eating this delicious, wow, Divine Feminine, I didn't even know you could cook. Divine Feminine says, I learned. I didn't know you could garden. I learned. I didn't know you could bake bread. I learned. I didn't know you could build your own house. I learned. So Divine Feminine tells him of her journey, where she stopped in the place that was her. Divine Masculine is like, wow, this is so amazing. It's so perfect. Because, while I was on my journey, my, long-term karmic marriage ended. And I was so focused on supporting my ego that I realized that my family kind of fell apart. And, I got really heavily in debt. And so now I have, no home, no relationship, and I'm in debt. So this is so perfect. I could just come live with you. And Divine Feminine's like, no, I'm sorry. Because while you were out chasing your ego, I was healing and learning about loving myself and what I could create my world that is pleasing to my soul. I can manifest my abundance. I don't need anyone. Once in a while, A wanderer from the woods comes in and asks for a bowl of soup, just like you. I give them a bowl of soup and they chop firewood for me, or they build a fence for me, and then they're on their way. Oftentimes, a few women from the village come out and help me make cheese and harvest berries, and we have quilting sessions, and we make our own blankets, and we enjoy the sisterhood. You see, I have found people who are authentic, who help me and support me in my journey. And these are people who are the best versions of themselves, who are evolved, who don't use my time, resources, energy, and love as a way of, getting what they want from me. These are people who we have a very symbiotic relationship. And that is fulfilling to me. I'm not eager to take on your debt, your crisis, your healing, because I've done that work. I'm at peace in my soul. I am at peace in this place. In fact, I just collected all my money from all of my crafts and cheese and milk and eggs and produce that I grow, and I just bought this whole meadow because this is my sanctuary. This is where my soul is happy. And I have created this life for myself. Oh, but we're twin flames. We're meant to be together, Divine Feminine. The higher version of yourself, perhaps. But this version has a lot of work to do. So Divine Masculine finishes his soup and starts to stand up, and Divine Feminine says, oh, no, I'm sorry. Would you please clear your plate? And while you're at it, would you mind washing the few dishes that are in the sink? Divine Masculine, what? You never wanted me to do that before. Well, that was a different version of me. I know my worth now. So Divine Masculine's like, wow, she sure has changed. She's not going to be somebody I can take advantage of anymore. She's not going to be somebody, she's not somebody who needs my little breadcrumbing. She's not somebody who I can manipulate. She's not somebody I can do the booty call. She's not that person anymore. She's grown. She's flourished. She's beautiful. And she's created a life that fits her. But most of all, she's happy. He has a deep appreciation for Divine Feminine now and realizes that she did all of this without him. And Divine Feminine has a realization of her own. She looks at all that she's manifested, all that she's created, sitting in her Empress energy. And she says, I'm grateful, because I wouldn't have done all this had it not been for my Divine Masculine waking me up and igniting my soul's energy. Man, what a beautiful journey it's been. Tough, turbulent, but transformative. I am so grateful that I am a twin flame. I'm going to leave that story, but I invite you to comment, please, on how this resonates with you. Some twins are meant to be together in this lifetime, but not all twins. Because free will is part of your evolution. And you can choose to grow and evolve, or you can choose to remain stuck in ego, and just doing things to help support yourself. That's a choice. And you knew that when you came in this incarnation as a twin flame, that the counterpart to your soul has the freedom to make that choice. But you have the freedom to make yours. That's my story. Let me check my notes. Yeah. The true fairy tale of the twin flames is not the relationship. The true fairy tale is the happily ever after with you. All right, let me know how you feel about this. I really enjoy hearing from you. All right, I wish you a wonderful day. Until the next time I see you, namaste.